The following is a presentation of TFNN. Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the December 13th, terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. How about we have an extraordinary one? And you know the easiest way to do that? It's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, and I do mean more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, let those fingers do the walking. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question and in the Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, markets are all in the red. You've got the Dow down by 19 points, the S&P down by 8, NASDAQ 100 off 23, Russell down by 19. That is the, well, the trannies are the leader percentage-wise on the way down. They're off 2%. The Russell down 1 3/10%. Gold is off $2. Silver is flat. Light sweet crude up 72 pennies. Natural gas up a penny. 1.5 cents out there. Leading the charge dollar-wise to the upside, it is NetEase up $7.48. Nordson Corp up $6.50. Tesla up 6. Essex Properties up $4.50. To the downside, Booking Holdings off $27. Mercado Libre off 24. Amazon down 15. XPO Logistics down 23%, or about 14 buckaroonies. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at, and that means we got to go to all of these requests. So thank you for sending a request, whether it's inside the Tiger's Den, emails that we received out here. It just always makes this show more spectacular because I can just focus on what you want to focus on. The first question came in early this morning. This is from Bob Y. And Bob writes in, he says, "Hi, Steve. Great show." Thanks, Bob. Much appreciated. Please give me your take on natural gas. I am out, but ready to short it. So, Bob, if we take a look at the natural gas contract, the January natural gas contract, that is what is up on our screen right now. Let's step over and take a look at the daily time frame. I think the daily time frame is the one to focus on. And what we can see is prices trading just slightly above the bottom of its TAS market profile. And that is $4.12. We're trading at $4.15. So support is held. Now, what I see here, when I take a look at this profile, let me just turn off price here just for a moment. It'll make it a little bit easier for you to follow along with what it is that Stevie has seen. And that is, what is the structure of this profile, the structure of this box? And the answer is it's bearish. Now, what do we mean by that? And I'm really referring to directionally speaking. What I mean is that the center line, that little cyan-colored line at 4.457, is closer in proximity to the top. Proximity is power. If you want to accomplish something in life, you know proximity is power. Well, in this case here, the center line, which is where both buyers and sellers are most comfortable with price, happens to be closer to the top. So there's a larger group of sellers between 445 and 470 than there is down at that support line of 412. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to bust through support. It means, or it meant, that they're going to be able to, or should be able to, push price all the way down to the bottom. Well, when we turn price back on, we can see that, in fact, they were able to do that yesterday and today. if you were going to short it, and I'm suggesting right now to not short it, what you would want to see is support being broken. Support is key, right? When we didn't have the market profiles turned on, if I just went like this, then we've got maybe a little bit less information to take a look at with regard to where support. You and I might take a look at these wide-ranging bars and say, hey, support at least, you've got to break down below November 15th, and then you would go take a look at this gap from the November 5th level out here. But you're out. That's cool. I get it. And at this stage here, it's more of a buy from a daily standpoint than it is a sell from a daily standpoint. Now, if you get a close below 412, then maybe you're onto something. You'd want to take a look at what else is going on the shorter term time frame charts. For example, you could take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart. That's what we have up on our screen. We can see that right now we have a new profile that formed during this 4-hour period. This 4-hour period lasts from 10 until 2, so we've got another 49 minutes here. You can see this is a bullish structured box out here because the center line is closer to the bottom than it is to the top. Price has been able to explore both the top and the bottom out there. So I would be watching more the daily than I would the 4-hour, but if you see a break on the daily, you probably want to come over and take a look and see what's going on a shorter term time frame, whether that's 60 or whether that's 240. So I say it looks like you have a hankering for going short, and I can't give you that. I can share with you what to watch for, but if you're asking me, is now the time to go short natural gas? My answer is going to be no, it's not. Keep those, keep that currency in your pocket, so to speak, out there and celebrate what sounds like probably was a great trade to the upside. We have another request out here. This comes in from a Steve S. Asked the question. It's a long question here, but let me summarize the question for you. In essence, Steve is asking a couple of things. One, what would it take for me to change my outlook to bearish? Why am I not bearish when in essence he gives me a list of people on the news channels that say we're in a bear market? I'm not going to blow my brains out here, but I'm going to answer that question because I think it's a great question, and I think that it would be disingenuous of me if I didn't share with you and be able to show you the exact style of market that we are in. I think that is just so important. We take a look at the monthly time frame, Steve. What I want you to know is that we are in a consolidation, a genuine consolidation inside of the Dow. And until that consolidation gets broken, what we are in is a consolidation. Somebody's going to call this a bear market. You tell them to call me because I'll tell them something different. What I'll do is I'll just simply say, go replay the segment from December what is today? December the 13th. You know, watch that first segment here. We can see the top of the consolidation is very clear. That was the high that came in on January. We know that that's the top of the consolidation because that level was tested in the month of September and it was tested in October. You know Tom's expression, if you can't bust them up, you're going to try to go bust them down. Well, the bottom of the consolidation took place in February. Yeah, basically it was a 1-month move down to form the bottom of the consolidation. Now, in February, we didn't know it was a bottom of the consolidation. But we did in April because it tested and it rejected. The Dow is in a consolidation between 23,360, 26,616. We come back from this break. I'll continue this conversation, but I'll show you why we're in a consolidation and what would be needed to change things to a bearish outlook long term. We'll be right back.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching TigerTV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So look, we're looking at a monthly chart for the Dow. We've established that the signals from the monthly chart of the Dow say we're in a consolidation. And when we take a look at the activity, certainly over the last several days out here, it reminds me of that movie. Now, I don't know if you've ever watched that movie. It's quite a few years old. I don't know, 20 years old, 15 years old, something like that. Had starred Peter Falk and Alan Arkin, right? Those two guys. The name of the movie escapes me, but during that movie, mother-in-law, in-law, something like that. And during that, you might remember if you've seen that movie where he talks about they actually do the serpentine while they're being shot at on a runway. And these markets, what they're doing is the serpentine dance. You know, this is a market that when you're in a consolidation, both bulls can get crushed and bears can get crushed because you have these intraday swings, you know, like there's no tomorrow. And we've seen that. We've certainly seen that yesterday. We've seen that the day before. We're seeing that this morning. It's just another indication that we're in this consolidation now. From a buying standpoint, the best time to buy this market, and I don't know if we'll get down there, we may get down there, is the bottom of the consolidation, 23,360. The best place to sell, 26,616. Of course, you want to integrate some other tools inside there. Now, consolidations are something that can last for a long time. In fact, they usually last for a long time. Since the 2009 bottom, we've got at least 3 well-defined consolidations that have lasted for about 80 weeks out here. Yeah, 80 weeks. Well, if we go all the way back to the week of January, this is a weekly chart we're now looking at. If we go back to the week of January 22nd and we start counting forward, we're only in week 46 of this consolidation. So you should anticipate that this one may not be any different or significantly different. And I'm not going to say this is going to last through September. I'm just saying if it lasts or it doesn't break through the consolidation one way or the other until September. It just would be following the behavior pattern of the prior two consolidations that we've had since the bottom in 2009 out there. So we're in a consolidation. Now, look, when you break through a consolidation, if you do, the beauty about it is you have a measured move, and the measured move is equal to or greater than the consolidation. So you can easily say we would be in a bear market if we were to break the consolidation to the downside, because of the definition by Funk and Wagnalls that that you would be in a bear market if you have more than a 20% decline, from the high out there, and we would get that. In this case here, if you break to the downside, you've got a price target objective of about 20,100. Likewise, if you break to the upside, okay, because you need to look at both sides of the trade. I'm not doing this exactly, but your upside would be about 30,000. So that's the range. We're in a range from 21. Well, we're in the range of 23 to 26, but you break it to either direction out there, and now you have your price targets. So that's one thing that we can take a look at. We can also come take a look at what's going on inside the NQ. And if you take a look at what's gone inside the NQ out here, which has certainly led things lower, but lower to where? Right? Isn't that really the question? Is there something identifiable that we can, because we don't really have a consolidation. Well, we don't have a confirmed consolidation in the NQ. That's how I will leave it. But what we do have, what is really beautiful about the month of November, what's really beautiful about these profiles, we were taking a look at it with regard to natural gas. Let's turn off price. What is the structure of this monthly set of profiles for the NQ? Yes, you know that. The monthly profile out here has a bearish structure, right? It's got a bearish structure. Says what? Says that sellers should be able to push price down to the bottom of the box. Well, we turned price on. What did they do? That's exactly what happened last month. So if we were to see a break of this, then we might have something to think about. Now, we do not might have something to think about. We would have something to think about. You want me on that wall. Well, the wall I'm referring to is the wall of TAS market profiles. If you take a look at the way that these profiles exist, they provide us with great, extraordinary levels of support and resistance. If you take a look at coming off of the lows out here back in 2008, it was really the NQ made the low in November of 2008, but the new profile didn't form until March of 2009. And then in the month of May of 2009, price broke over resistance. That was a signal from a profile perspective that there was a change in trend. What you and I can look at right now and see is that when we take a look at these monthly profiles, ever since that May timeframe, or certainly since the March timeframe of 2009, we have not seen a close below the bottom of a monthly market profile. That, therefore, says that 64.97 is a really critical area on a monthly closing. So, Steve S., if we were to see the Dow close below on a monthly basis the bottom of the consolidation, combined with the NQ on a monthly basis closing below 64.97, then I'd say, okay, we've got something else that is going on. But at this stage of the game, as we speak right now, on December 13th at 1:24 in the afternoon, the call is clear. It could not be more clear than just laying out this evidence. And yes, there are individual stocks that are in a bear market. But with regard to at least the NASDAQ and the Dow, well, and the S&P out here, nada, zippo. It's just somebody trying to sell you a bill of goods. And I ain't going to do that. I am not going to participate. I'm going to only just simply give you the whole story out there. Okay, so now let's move on. So hopefully that answers your question with regard to why Stevie thinks the way he does, because I just simply let the charts, let the numbers tell us the story. No reason for us to make up some story and then buy into that, BS stuff, because before Steve shared with you this information, you might have bought into it. All right, so the next question that came in was with regard to the ES Mini. The question was, is the ES Head and Shoulders bottom pattern going to hold out here? Well, since we just spent some time taking a look at profiles, I think what we should do is go take a look at the ES Mini, take a look at the current contract out here, and which we rolled over, we're rolling over to today. And the cool thing about it is we're going to turn off price. Now I turn off price and take a look at the last, all the way over to the right-hand side, and you're going to see that today we have a new TAS market profile. Now, you've just watched me in no specific way go through natural gas, go through the NQ out there. And if I ask you this question, is the current profile in the ES Mini bullish or bearish from a directional standpoint? What is your answer? Yes, you're absolutely right. You are 1,000% right. This is a bullish structured box in the ES Mini. What does this say to you? That buyers should be able to push price all the way up to the top of that profile. The top of that profile is 27.49. Would it be bad news bears if price closed below 26.09? And the answer is yes. You see, these tools, they always work. Then what you and I have to do is rely upon what our buyers and sellers doing. And there would be nothing more bearish than a failed bullish pattern, which would mean a close below a bullish structured box out here. So the question is the head and shoulders pattern going to hold? Well, I'm not a great head and shoulders guy out there. But what I am great at is many things. But one of those things, one of those most important things is take a look at these TAS market profiles. This says, yes, it's going to hold. This says price is going to move to 27.49. How? I don't know. When? I don't know. But that's what it should do. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of the Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up about 6 points. S&P's off 7. And one of the requests inside the Tiger's Den was to take a look at what the daily profile, what the different profiles were for the contracts out here. I'm going to share with you a couple of different charts that subscribers get each morning inside the daily newsletter. And that is this. Here is a page that shows various different futures contracts, equity futures, commodity futures out here. So you can see you've got in the top section, you've got the S&P, you got the ES-Mini, the NQ, the Dow, the Russell 2000. And as you look at this, so those of you that are in the den, you can take a snapshot of this. And what you will have is over on the right-hand set of columns, you'll have the daily and the weekly set of market profiles, and you can put in those lines. You can figure out which ones are bullish or bearish, you know, where we're trading, the time frame, and so forth. You can do the same thing for gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper. You can do the same thing for light sweet crude. So Ruby, I know you want me to look at crude oil, so we'll do that, but you would benefit from knowing these profiles here. You've got Brent, you've got gasoline, natural gas, heating oil, and then you've got some wheat and coffee and so on, and rice and lean hogs and even heavy hogs out there. So here's what those profiles are. No, there was a request for that. And then I also provided for the intraday time frame. So the 30, the 60. So you got the half hour, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, and the 5 hour time frames with those sets of profiles. And that way it assists traders, intraday traders. You understand where support and resistance is. And again, this is included in every morning's newsletter that typically gets out by about 8 o'clock or so, sometimes earlier, such as yesterday when I had to go down for jury duty. And Polar Bear asked how it went yesterday, and so did a few others. And I did not get selected. So I got down there. You know, there must have been 100 plus, easily 100 plus people in the holding tank, so to speak. There were three trials. They thought there was going to be a fourth, but it turned out to be, you know, get up at 5, get the newsletter out, get some breakfast, head on down there, and wait, and wait, and wait. And it was a catch and release kind of a thing. Didn't get released till about 2:30 or so. So it was just simply a long day of waiting, doing my civic duty. And so he asked how it went. I would think, as I left, I said, there must be a better way. I'm sure you, which is all of you out there, you've gone to you know, to jury duty, so to speak, and many of you have even had that. This is my 3rd or 4th time. You know, I've been selected, I've been questioned, and they've said, nah, we don't want this guy on the jury, kind of a thing. And then twice I have, you know, nothing, not a zip, zilch. There's got to be a better system. I'm like, you realize how high tech, how far we've come with so many things, yet we still use the old system out there. It's kind of crazy out there. And so in any event, so there's your market profiles. Hopefully that helps you out, Jay and others inside the den and elsewhere. There was the question Ruby was asking about light sweet crude. So if we take a look at it, go to these profile levels here. Well, that's natural gas. Let's actually pull up the contract for crude oil, the January contract for crude oil. And, you know, Ruby, it's here's the deal on the weekly time frame. We're just going to take a look at the weekly time frame, which did form a new profile. Now, this is unique and different. We do see it periodically, so I guess it can't be that different, but it is. Here you'll see that there's only 2 lines for the market profile. There's the bottom of the box, which is priced at 51.71. But that also happens to be the center. Now, we know that by taking a look at the data box. So if you take a look at the data box in the kind of center left of my screen, you see price at 76. You see it says TAS box is 2.2. That's just the heading that's on there. Then you see top, center, bottom. You'll see the center and the bottom are the same price. So that should be really strong support, 51.71. So it's a bullish structured box on a weekly basis, which says that the buyers should be able to push price up to 58.61. We can now turn price back on, take a look at the weekly box. We see that orange colored bar from last week, which did signal new profile, was attempting to form, and in fact, it has out there. So nothing more bearish than a failed bearish pattern this week. Meaning tomorrow, if you see a close below the bottom of that box, again 51.71, not good news for the for light sweet crude. The daily profile keeps testing and rejecting the bottom of its box, which formed back here on November the 28th. So, and that's at 50.91. It is a bearish structured box. Price has not made it up to the high. So you have kind of a divergence in signal information between the daily and the weekly out here. And the I don't know. I think with regard to light sweet crude, there's probably something better for you to sink your risk your money in than light sweet crude out here. And especially with the whole Saudi Arabia thing really not being totally, of course, it's my own personal judgment and belief that the reason that light sweet crude moved lower was all because of the Khashoggi payback deal between Saudis and the U.S. establishment. All you have to do is just watch the news and figure that one out. You know, I mean, hey. And then you got everybody, all the senators out there. This is why I say throw them out. This is why I absolutely say throw them out. I will tell you what I do. I throw them out. Guys that are, you don't want to know about my style of voting out there, but I just say throw them out. I especially say throw them out when they say things where I say, do you really think I'm that stupid? Now, maybe the answer is yes, but I'd say the answer is no. Don't sit here and tell me that we know that this guy was dismembered. Of course we know that. And then say we've got to take, what do you want us to do? Go drop the bomb on them? Or something? What is it that you actually want us to do out there? I watch these guys and gals on these talk shows and so forth, and Russia schmush. What do you want us to do? You want us to start a war? Is that what you are saying? I hate people who have no solutions. Yeah, screaming meanies out there. They're not offering. They're just don't. It's crazy. Look, here's the reality. You want to accomplish something in life? Spend 5% of your time on the problem, 95% of your time on the solution out there. If you're trading and investing isn't what you want it to be, spend not on the problem, but spend time on the solution. Get more information, get more tools and so forth. I share a number of tools with you. Larry does, Basil does, David does, Tom does. You know, it's just to encompass these tools, embrace these tools and so forth. Okay, enough. Get up. Don't get me started out there. What you could. Now, I think I have gotten through everything. Oh, no, everything in the den. And if I haven't, would you be kind enough, if I didn't get to something that you asked for in the den, would you be kind enough, whoever that is, to go ahead and type that in, and I will get to it. There is another question that came in, which was to take a look at Bit Auto Holdings. I think this is a China company, but this is for Sean M. And Sean is in at 1935. What does my system say? So system says, you're in a 1935 on Bid Auto. It says that it formed one of those Stevie Rhodes momentum indicator bottoms. Now, it did this here, and we can see the signal. It did this here on the trading day of November 13th. November 14th, you had the buy signal, which was then confirmed on November 15th when price climbed above Stevie's red line. Now, the beauty here, if there is a beauty, is that you're in wave number 4D. Now, Basil Chapman might have something to say about that. He might offer you a word of caution. They might be right. So when we come back from this break, let's go see what today and yesterday's volume was as it was trying to take out that C point of a possible A to B equals CD to the upside. Yeah, I know. Sounds like a bunch of mush. What is the guy saying? A, B, C, D. This is not elementary school. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we were taking a look at the Bit Auto, which we know confirmed bottom out here. It made one of those Rhodes momentum indicator patterns that was confirmed on November 15th. Now, for Sean, what we're trying to do is understand, hey, what's it doing today? We don't really care about yesterday. We care about what is it doing today. We mentioned that this had gotten up to the fourth level, or Chapman wave count D, and when you get to D, you hope that it's going to sing in the key of G. I mean, you've got more waves to come. But in this case here, what we're going to do is we're going to come back and rely upon a good old swing point analysis. Talked to us by none other than Obi-Wan Kenobi out here. And when you're approaching a swing point, in this case here, would be a B point of an A to B equals C to the upside. You like to see it get taken out with volume. Well, yesterday's an example. By the way, the volume on that trading days, November 28th, and it was 988,093 shares that were traded. Now, yesterday was a beautiful setup. If ever there was a time to take it out, it was yesterday. Why? Because it did 1.7 million shares. What it did was it tested and it rejected it. Now, not such a bad thing, because it says when you do that, you're going to be up there to test it again. Well, today is the test again. It did that. It fulfilled that outcome. The question, Sean, which I don't know, but as a 143, if this were the end of the day, I would say you might have problems in River City. And the reason is because it's trading at 2052, which is below 2065. And it looks like today is going to be on lighter volume. But there, too, I don't know. What you'll want to watch at the end of the trading session is, does it close above or below 2065? And does it do it with more or less than 988,000 shares? Now, Polar Bear is very good at this tool, because when you take a look at his power law vector indicator, he's going to be like, hey, use it as a guideline. It's almost as if Polar Bear was in what's the Caribbean movie out there, Pirates of the Caribbean. I know I'll eventually get it, which makes sense. He's in the Tampa area. You got to be a pirate if you're over in the Tampa area out there. And so he kind of uses more as a guideline. Hey, look, if you're hitting it with 10% lighter volume, that's not as big of a deal as 50% lighter volume out there. So use it. But if you can't clear it today, then what you probably have is some type of retracement. Now, retracement to where? Well, this happens to be one of these unique, we take a look at the daily time frame out here, unique stocks that has a point of control, center of the box, that is the same as the bottom. That was at 1605. So, Sean, here was another tool, in addition to the Rhodes Momentum Indicator tool, to say, hey, that 1605 was a strong level of support. Now, it was yesterday that we have finally saw, or Bit Auto finally saw, a close above resistance, 1960. So it wouldn't surprise me to see if it can't bust it out, meaning above 2065, for price to pull back and test the top of that profile. Is old resistance, which it was resistance, all of a sudden new support, 1960. So that's what Stevie sees when, and by the way, if you get a push down below 1960, that wouldn't be unusual. That would be saying that price is headed to Stevie's red line, which is around 1874. On the other hand, if you can close over that swing point of 2065, with or without volume, then you would have A to B equals CD to the upside. And that would give you a price measurement of approximately 2205, 2342. Those would be the ranges. Now, that's the daily time frame. And I know I spent a ton of time on there for you. So I expect, just kidding out there, I don't expect anything. I'm doing this because I love to do this and love to do this for each of you out there. And maybe just somebody's listening in and says, oh, you know, I am interested in this technical analysis stuff. I get it. The most fundamental thing about what a stock is going to do is what are buyers and sellers doing, and that's why we use these technical analysis tools. Just kind of becomes pretty simple. I get it. We're in a consolidation in the Dow. I get it in the NQ, which everybody wants to trash. All it did was come down to a level of support that must hold. That's a beautiful thing. Now, in the weekly time frame here for Bit Auto, BITA, you can see its resistance area is 2126. So if you're going to be successful on this trade over the longer haul, you most certainly want to see it close above that resistance level too. So, Sean, I hope that helps you out with regard to what Stevie's charts say Bit Auto is doing. Now, we have no other questions out here, so I don't know what we do for the next 4 minutes and then 2.5 after that, but we'll do something. We'll come up with something to do. What is it, though? What is it that we're going to do? That's the question out here. So what should we do? What should we look at? What should we look at that is of significance to you and I? And I don't know what the answer to that is out here. We've kind of covered everything. You didn't hear my answer to that? Is it going to hold? See? You didn't hear that? Oh, man. Okay. The answer was, I'll just do this. I'll do this one time. The answer is, here's the deal. The deal is what the ES Mini has done today is it has formed a brand new market profile. And that's going to be our answer. This is a bullish structured market profile. The bottom of the box is 2610. Center of the box is 2633. The top of the box is 2749. This tells us that what buyers should be able to do is push price up to 2749, a bullish structured box. The question, is it going to hold? Well, if you see it close below 2609, then that says likely not, because you will have had a failed bullish pattern inside the ES Mini. And so whereas I'm not good with head and shoulders pattern, I scratch my head and my shoulders, but I'm not good with that pattern. What I am good with is saying this is what the market profiles should tell you and I, and that is a beautiful thing. Now, the ES Mini, on a closing basis, from its daily chart, is also able to close above Stevie's red line. That's at 2662 right now. That would be another indication that price wants to make the run higher to the top of that profile that we just took a look at. Right now, what we're in is a market that is undecided. It's scared, both bullish and bearish, and so we've seen, in essence, we've seen a large intraday range, but we have seen a very small, or very narrow is what I should say, a very narrow closing range out there. What do you mean, jelly bean? Good question. If we go back over here, we take a look at the ES Mini, we put it on a daily time frame, and we change this to a chart where we're just looking at a line chart versus the candle chart out here, well, what you'll see is a very narrow range from the low on a closing basis on December the 7th. Again, this is now looking at the March 2019 contract at 2638, and right now we are 2654. And on a closing basis, really what we have done is we have seen about a, 14 point move. That's it. That's all we've done. when we have an average true range on a daily basis of 55 points. Yes, it's making the range-bound move, but on a closing basis, things have gotten very tight out there. It tells us, in essence, that neither the bulls or bears really have any conviction. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have conviction. I'm just saying they really don't have any conviction out here. And so, therefore, it's really important for you and I to be able to rely upon a nice set of tools that are in our toolbox. So right now we've got the Dow trading up 63. We've got the serpentine inside the consolidation pattern going on. The S&P down 2, NASDAQ off 2. We'll be right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So we got the 2-minute wrap up here. Dow's up 35. The S&P is off 5. Phil D writes in and asks if we could spend time taking a look at IBB for him. So let's go do that here with some of our last 2 minutes. So if we take a look at the IBB, Phil, here's what I know. Here's what Stevie knows. Here's what you know. We spent a good portion of the day taking a look at TAS market profiles as one of our tools. So we'll go ahead and turn price off. And we can see is price is trading within a profile that is bullish in structure. So 102.71 is the bottom. The center is 104.68, and the top is 111.60. This says to you and I that buyers should be able to push price up to the 111.60 area, and that there should be good support at 102.71. Now, 102.71 was tested just a few days ago on December the 10th. The volume there was 1.8 million shares. That was pushing against 2 million shares on the trading day of November 20th and pushing against 2.2 million shares on the trading day of October 29th. You're pushing into a bullish structured area and prior swing points with lighter and then lighter volume again. And what you'd like to see, even though you got IBB pulling back today, volume today 1.1 million shares, so a tad heavier maybe. I don't know what it's going to be at the end of the day. Hopefully less than 1.8 million shares for you. As long as 102.71 holds, and really you'd have to say the price point would have to be 100.66. Price should be able to push its way up to 111.60. That's what I see when I take a look at the IBB. And that one was for Phil, so I hope that helps you out. So, folks, we're in this very nasty consolidation, chunky, serpentine type of market that is narrow in range when it comes to the daily close out there. And it just simply means to Stevie that both bulls are scared and bears are scared, and bulls find places to buy and bears find places to sell out here. We're in a tough trading only style market out there. So hopefully today's show has helped you out, and I know it will help you out even more. The doctor says stay tuned for David White. His show will help you, as Tom O'Brien's will, from 3 to 5. And I'll be back with you tomorrow on Fantastic Friday from 1 to 2. Have a great Thursday. Take care.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. No matter what kind